When I was a kid, I wanted to be a vet, but then I realized to be a vet, you can't always help the animals. You'd have to put them down, and that made me really sad. I changed now to a pediatric nurse.
I spend most of my time writing music, designing beats, hustling my music. That would be 90% of my day, but I get paid to run a vape shop in Maple Ridge.
I do various things. Like I usually work out a little bit. I like to shadow box, skateboard, and mostly play games.
I'm most thankful for, my community pretty much. Like I wouldn't be where I am today if I didn't have people that supported me and, to be able to help me cope through things.
I'm most thankful for the people that have been there for the last 2 years of my life. Yeah, for sure.
What really brings joy into my life is like helping people out. Because I know I have the power to give what most people don't have.
I heard someone tell me once that every action someone makes is either a cry for love or a sign of actual love. And I always remember that the love is at the core of things, and there's no like non-cliche way for me to say that. That's just the way it is.
Love to me means being there for others, helping them through the good, the bad, and the ugly, and just to continually just be at their side.
I basically didn't know how I was gonna work in this environment at first when I started, and then I realized it's just simple. Just be yourself and just love people.
I came from Sudan. It was like, I didn't really know my dad then. It was my mother that raised me for most of my life. After living together for a while, I kind of got a sense what my dad was really like. He had a lot of negative features that I kept seeing on and off. He was more of a drunk, you know what I mean? So that kind of got him to just slowly depart from our family. When my dad took my immigration papers, he did it out of spite for my mom. He thought this is the best way to get at her, but he didn't realize that it's doing more damage to my sister and I.
I would say that the way that I dealt with life was I was freewheeling it, right? Just, kind of going through each day, one day at a time, kind of getting through. And finally it came to a head where the substance abuse that I was involved in, that I was trying to, escape from. I found that the substance abuse just stopped working one day. And then I used harder stuff, and then I overdosed. And that was kind of the catalyst of me deciding I wanted to seek medical help and counselors and stuff.
Like now I'm on a youth agreement, but throughout 2 years of being homeless, a lot can definitely happen because you don't have that safe place to go back to.
I was very surprised that there's someone out there that's willing to fight for you, It gives you a new perspective of people, It's like, not everyone is just out there for themselves, Arlene was really shocked that I couldn't get a normal job, So I guess she made it her mission to make sure that I can be just like everyone else, treated the same, fairly.
And that was when Scott most was there for me, was when I thought I was doing good, better. I was on pills, I was taking everything, I was going to counselors, I was doing what the doctor said, feeling worse than I ever did. So yeah, when Scott came around, there was many times where I was suicidal, running around in the middle of the street, and Scott came and said, "Hey bud, come over to the truck and say, hey, what's up?"
My youth worker, Andrew, he's very funny, and he's very understanding. Youth Unlimited has helped me, by just being there, having someone to talk to, and, if I feel anxious during the day, or, I've been just having a really bad day, or, flashbacks or whatever, I kind of look forward to coming to mental health group and, knowing that they'll be there to, who I can talk to about it.
Khalil's an amazing young man, and God's got a great plan for his life, and he's grown leaps and bounds, and so it's just nice to sit back and see what God's done. To see him graduate and get a job and to be the fine young man that he is today, I'm very, very proud to be part of it.
when I was 16, I first started getting caught up in the world of crime and gangs and really got involved with really bad people. Now that I am a youth worker, it's kind of ironic, and I'm like, I help a lot of people now that was me. And I think it gives me a better chance to relate to them and just kind of know where they're coming from and just know that emptiness they're feeling and that aloneness, because that's where I was. And know that deep down, they're not bad like they're labeled. They're just really, really hurting, and they just need someone to be there and love them.
When I first met Jaden, because of the hard stuff she had gone through, she was almost overly independent, doing all these things to get by on her own. I don't need anybody else. I'm good. If that's the way people are going to treat me in my past, I'll go ahead alone. It's safer and better that way, and I can rely on myself. As we've gotten to know her, though, she's been coming to our mental health discussion groups every week, our most faithful attendee. And she started to trust us as youth workers, and that friendship, mentorship we're offering her started to open up to us, started to open up to her peers who say they're struggling in a similar area and saying, hey, I'm with you.
I am pretty hopeful now for the future. Back then I wasn't, but now it's like I'm very hopeful for the future.
Of course, because I'm back doing music and I'm back with the Warriors, and I mean, it's what I like to do. It's who I am. I don't really have much else as a personality trait.
I'm very hopeful about my future because like progress is made every day, and like I set goals, and you know I kind of reach them one day at a time. I want to just say thank you to the Youth Unlimited partners for like enabling Avery and Andrew to be able to come out and like, you know, help me out, and all their other youth that they help. They make a big impact.
I mean, without people like that, I wouldn't have my life, and I say that very, very seriously. Without these kind of people, I don't think we have much of a chance.
I want to say thank you for everything that you do, all your donations, you know, and all your thought and love into what you do for Youth Unlimited.